I can't remember when exactly I spoke to Talita Boodhram about the MiDesk concept that she had created, and the way she explained it to me, it sounded like a brilliant idea. And I still think it is, in many respects, a brilliant idea. This pullable, wheelable, backpacky thing, except it's wheelable rather than on your back, and then it unfolds into a desk. It's got a charging port and it's got a light and so on. But it's been controversially in the news over the last couple of days. 2 points of controversy. The first is that people were saying it is too heavy for young children to pull behind them. It's not doing their anatomical development any good. And then particularly with the MiDesks that were handed over to a school in the Boerkaap, there was concern that this was very obviously sponsored by McDonald's, and the Minister of Basic Education was there, and why on earth are we endorsing junk food on something as critical as a school desk? So, Talita, hello again.
Hi, John. Thank you so much for having me.
Listening to all this play out, watching the social media, as I'm sure you did, with fascinated horror over the days that this was the sort of, the 15-second thing that people were commenting on. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I was in quite a bit of shock because we've been in the market for 3 years and we've never had reviews like this before. So it was a bit surprising, but I'm taking it in my stride, and it's an opportunity to educate people about the MiDesk and let them know who we are, what we're about, what we stand for, and what we're trying to do for children that are in need.
The two controversial aspects are separate. Let's deal with the one that I would regard as being potentially problematic. The first, the weight of it, the difficulty of maneuvering it. I would like to see one, and I would like to see what is generally put into one so I can assess for myself how much of an issue it might be for a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old to pull it behind them on the way to and from school. Your response to that aspect?
Definitely. I'd love to show you. I'm based in Pretoria, but I'm happy to even bring one to your radio station and show you how it works, and you can experiment with it. But with regards to people saying that it looked heavy, they saw one clip that I think there was a little bit of misinformation around it. It was one clip where, look, these children had received it for the first time, John, and you're giving a child this new gift for the first time, and they're maneuvering it for the first time, and they want to take care of it. It's a brand new gift, and they're getting used to it. And like any new toy, any new gadget, the first few seconds of you moving it, you'll obviously take some time to adjust. But yes, the backpack itself weighs approximately 2 kilograms, and the entire unit weighs 6.4 kilograms.
That's unpacked weight.
Yes.
Okay.
But the pulling force makes it a lot lighter. So, the backpack is 2 kilograms, and the pulling force makes it much, much lighter. So we don't really recommend that any child has to carry it on their back. We just give it as an option if needed, but we recommend that they pull it so that they don't feel the weight, even of their heavy books.
Okay, but with heavy books in, it's a very, very, very long time since I was 7 years old, and since I had anything to do on a daily basis with a 7-year-old. But something which is 6 kilograms unpacked and then has books and bits and pieces in it is getting up to probably 10, 11, 12 kilograms. And on some of the roads that children are pulling these items on, maybe I don't know how much of an issue it is.
Look, so you see, we've specifically designed the wheels for these rural terrains and for any terrain actually, which does make it a lot lighter for the child to pull on any of these gravel terrains, for example. So when they're pulling it, it is a lot lighter. I have sent through videos to your studio for you to see the younger kids, the 7 and 8-year-olds, pulling it with much ease. So yeah, it is a backpack, a desk, a chair, a solar light with a USB charging portal for them to use both at home, because many of these children do not have home workstations at home. It is not mandatory for them to take it home, but if the need is there for them to have the home workstation at home, they can wheel it. So certain schools do keep it in school, but if it is a need, they are able to wheel it home, and that's why we built in the wheelie aspect of it.
I don't know how ready you feel to comment on the advertising aspect of it. I guess it, for the company, makes it more possible for more desks to be got into more schools if the private sector is contributing towards the cost of these desks. But I don't know whether your company is in any way consulted. I don't know how it works in terms of the advertising, the private company that says we're going to donate 150,000 Rand for X number of MiDesks, and in return for that we want to advertise our brand. Do you have any role to play in that?
So, John, how we work is because the beneficiaries can't afford the MiDesk, neither can their families or their communities. We approach the sponsors to donate the MiDesk to these communities and these schools in need. Usually, I'm going to be very honest with you, it takes a year or two of nurturing these relationships before you actually see these MiDesks out there. And with regards to the branding, because we work with corporate social initiatives, we offer the branding to be a very transparent project, because all their funds go towards MiDesks, and they can directly see that their funds are being invested towards a certain number of MiDesks, and those are going towards impacting those certain number of children. And of course, yes, we do offer the branding to the corporates because we want to show them that we are recognizing them for the difference that they are making in the community. Because honestly, John, they don't have to do it.
I know that I don't. I know they don't have to do it, and I certainly wouldn't take a position of moral superiority and mark you down to, an F- for having accepted sponsorship from McDonald's. But isn't there kind of a responsibility on you to choose branding only for stuff that fits neatly with a healthy body in a healthy mind in a healthy body for the young children?
To be honest, all that matters on my end is to get the MiDesks to the children in need. We offer the branding for transparency purpose in corporate social investment initiatives for them to allow that it's been donated by corporates. We work with all different kinds of corporates, and a corporate like McDonald's donating the MiDesks are making a difference in the communities. So from our end, they are supporting meaningful community initiatives that align with our commitment to social responsibility.
Any sort of hesitancy from advertisers, anybody that you were in relatively advanced talks with, seeing and these things, they come and they go. That's the nature of social media generated controversies.
Yes,
it doesn't mean that they aren't, it doesn't mean that they're always based on flim-flam. I mean, they sometimes can highlight serious issues, but they tend to come and go quite quickly. And I just wonder if you've had any hesitancy from companies that you were in perhaps relatively advanced talks with to bring on board as sponsors.
Honestly, not really. Actually, last night we were the recipients of the CSI Legacy Awards. Actually, just last night, we've had such great support from our partners, from the community, from the people that we're in talks with. So, yeah, honestly, the people that want to make a difference, see the value in the MiDesk, see the difference that it makes in a child's life, because not only is it lightweight, is it built for durability, it's also made out of recyclable material, and the entire unit itself is fully recyclable. We have been endorsed by the Department of Science and Innovation, the Technology Innovation Agency, as well as UNESCO.
Talita, thank you very much. Talita Boodhram came up with the idea of MiDesk and is now the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer at MiDesk Global.